crimson desert lit by twin dying suns, burial pyramids piercing a blood-red sky. A lone-robed exile kneels in the dust, clutching a lightsaber the color of fresh wounds, and whispers one word that will echo through millennia: Sith. Long before empires and Death Stars, the Jedi Order itself was young, headquartered on the lush world of Tython. There, scholars debated the nature of the Force, yet some among them hungered not for harmony, but for power. These renegades practiced forbidden techniques, draining life energy, bending minds, shaping lightning with their bare hands. The High Council branded them heretics. Thus began the first great schism, the war that would birth the Sith. Outnumbered, the Dark Jedi lost. Shackled and sentenced to exile, they were launched into uncharted space aboard ancient hyperspace barges. Their destination seemed random, a cosmic oubliette. But the Force had other plans. The ships crash-landed on Korriban, a harsh planet home to a crimson-skinned species also called the Sith, primitive yet fiercely Force-attuned. To the marooned exiles, it felt like destiny, a raw, living laboratory of dark potential. Among the prisoners stood Ajunta Pall, master metallurgist and swordsman. In the agony of defeat, Paul discovered clarity. The Jedi had chained the galaxy to sterile balance, but here, on a world steeped in natural darkness, power flowed unrestrained. Paul raised his saber in the Valley of Golg and declared himself Dark Lord of the Sith. The native Sith, awed by the stranger's sorcery, bowed without a fight. A new empire flickered to life, an empire where passion was not a sin, but a sacrament. The exiles reshaped Korriban. They hollowed out mountains to forge pyramidal tomb temples, each a monument to personal glory. They bred with the natives, blending bloodlines until Sith described not merely a people, but a philosophy. Victory through strength, freedom through victory. Their sages recorded ironclad tenets on obsidian holocrons, among them the primal mantra that would later evolve into the rule of two. There is only power, and those too weak to seize it. As centuries passed, the Sith Empire expanded. Sorcerer priests like King Adas wielded alchemy to raise stone colossi and animate corpses. Warlords chartered crimson-flagged armadas that preyed on the infant republic's trade lanes. Yet at the heart of every triumph lay a fatal flaw. The same ambition that fueled Sith might also bred rivalry. Power invites challengers, and challengers invite civil war. Enter Tulak Horde, conqueror of 100 systems, who carved his legacy with a blade seed to drink the souls of its victims. When he fell, apprentices feuded over his secrets until the blood-soaked sands swallowed them all. Later came Naga Sadow, who sought to crush the Republic outright. He nearly succeeded until his own Massassi warriors, manipulated by a jealous rival, revolted. The Sith Empire imploded, not because its enemies were stronger, but because its leaders could not stop devouring each other. Still, ideas are harder to kill than empires. Survivors scattered across the galaxy like embers on wind, carrying holocrons, rituals, and grudges. On the swamp planet of Dromund Kaas, refugees rebuilt in secrecy, perfecting the arts of stealth and subterfuge. Others infiltrated the Republic, whispering to senators, corrupting corporations, proof that conquering from within could be more devastating than any fleet. 1,000 years before Anakin Skywalker's birth, one Sith scholar studied that cycle of rise and ruin and found its remedy. His name was Darth Bane. He watched brother slaughter brother in the ruinous new Sith Wars and realized multiplicity was the bane of the Sith, not their strength. Bane's solution was brutal elegance. Two there should be, no more, no less. One master to embody power, one apprentice to crave it. Thus, the sprawling brotherhood of Sith was stripped to a binary dagger aimed at the heart of the Jedi, patient and unseen. Bane's rule of two stitched the ancient creed to a new strategy. Let the Jedi believe victory is secure while darkness festers underground. His lineage slithered through centuries. Zana, Cognos, Tenebros, Plagueis, each pupil assassinating the master once strong enough. By the time Darth Sidious rose under the mask of Palpatine, the Jedi had forgotten Korriban's pyramids, Ajunta Pall's declaration, and the sea of exiles that started it all. Hubris made them blind. The Sith made them extinct. So when you hear the title Dark Lord, remember it began not with Palpatine's sly grin, but with desperate castaways molding a savage world into a throne. The first Sith were prisoners who turned exile into empire, heretics who carved freedom from rejection. Their legacy is a sinister echo. Every spark of ambition, every whispered temptation, traces back to that moment on a red desert where an outlaw knelt and spoke a single fate-shaping word. The Sith were born in chains, but they taught the galaxy this truth: break enough chains, and you forge new ones for everyone else. Click below and reward yourself with another fascinating and exciting story.